boy, have I got a banger video for y'all today. As you can tell, we are taking a look at the rest of the Power Build 1087X sets. I don't know if I have ever been this excited to begin a build, and I've been looking forward to this. I mean, just look at the box art on these. Absolutely sensational. Best I've ever seen, hands down. So of course these were sent over from Barweer so that I could bring them to you to showcase here. Thank you to Barweer. Check out the link in the description below if you'd like a little discount code, of course. Man, I could just look at these boxes for days, but I ain't gonna keep you guys waiting. I think we're gonna do the Skyline first. Let's get into it. Here are the instructions, beautiful as always, with the sweet little collector's card. I like these little collector's cards. I don't know why. I think they're kind of cool. And a standard chassis piece. Only at the rear bumper, and already this is a great build. Using some crazy 7 wide and upside down building is good stuff. The printed rear window has a very interesting connection, and the taillight build it's so good. To get those Skyline taillights just the right size. Moonrock, you crazy bastard, you did it again. Check out this printed Rocket Bunny tile. Amazing. And great printing for the rear fenders. Interior has nice details too. It's great. Here we are 2/3 of the way through the build. Finishing off the interior, take a look at this gorgeous engine bay. And this crazy print even has a logo for the work wheels. I think that's awesome. Hood going on, more Rocket Bunny branding. Windshield looks excellent. Here are the wheels. They look like Workmeisters to me, and you can either pick chrome or gold lips for your wheels. How awesome is that? I'm going with the gold. And our R32 is done, but do not forget the display case. This one was incredible. The build techniques were so satisfying, from the rear bumper to the tail lights to the engine bay. All the prints look gorgeous. The tiny logos for NGK, Work, and Rocket Bunny just take it to the next level too. And I know it's not for everyone, but I absolutely love these crazy colors and livery. I think they are perfect for a drift car and represent the culture well. The only downside I can think of is it's not licensed, which is kind of surprising because they have a Toyota license, and these days comparing Toyota to Nissan is like comparing Mercedes to maybe like Stellantis. Like, Nissan is not doing well. Shouldn't be that hard to get a Nissan license, in my opinion. Anyways, me like it. On to the GT86. Kicking off the 86, we have some interior details and add in our first splash of pink. Okay, this has got to be the craziest sub build I've ever seen in a set. Just look at these crazy angles going on with this like triple robot arm thing on a bar. Like, it's just madness. Madness. When we get them all attached, it turns out they will all ultimately form the headlights and the lower section of the front bumpers. Like, that's crazy, man. That's crazy stuff. Adding in some more interior, and we are 1/3 of the way there. The front end on this thing is unreal. Here is your stage 2 print preview. The interior is about finished, and we got the start of some funny business around back. Now let's get these gorgeous doors on. Followed up quickly by the bespoke wide body fenders. Finish up stage 2 by cleaning up the hood section. Turns out the rear end craziness was for the window and the wing. I'm going to be glazing Moonrock Mock in this pretty hard in this video, so fair warning. Rear lights are done beautifully and simply, in my opinion. They really represent the GT86 taillights well with just a single piece. Really well done. Rear bumper is likewise very excellent. And this C-pillar / rear quarter glass combo is, again, simple yet very elegant. Very nice. And here are the wheels. Finish it off by building and placing ever so gently in the display case, if you want, or leave it out, I don't care. All right, hand on heart, this was genuinely one of the best builds, most enjoyable builds I've ever done. it's so unassuming, but there are crazy, insane building techniques at every corner of this thing. The front bumper section, I don't even have words. It's so crazy. It doesn't look that wild, but when you're doing it, like, my God, it's insane. And what I will say, and this is going to be a bit of a theme among these 1087X sets, the build was great. The look is excellent. The fit and finish is nice. But at the end of the day, this is primarily a display piece. It's not crazy fragile, but if you try drifting this thing around on the floor or the table, you're going to end up losing the front bumper of your GT86. Which is interesting because most amateur drift vehicles you see rocking around, they have ripped off their front bumper. So kind of fitting in that regard. Nevertheless, I'm more of a displayer than a player anyways. And so this is perfect. Anyway, on to our Kei Truck, brand unspecified. Finally, we arrive at the Kei Truck. Probably the least hyped, but I still kind of like the look. This thing is built like an absolute brick house. I'm talking plates on plates on plates. Here's a strange looking exhaust, I guess? I'm not really sure. Finish off the first stage with a gorgeous license plate print. Now, for these power build sets, I would strongly recommend when you start a building stage, separate out your printed pieces from the rest, especially with printing on the side of small plates. It's easy to get them confused, and you could end up scratching your head looking around for a print that you already buried somewhere back in the car, as I found out much to my own peril. Nevertheless, interesting seat design here with a Recaro print like that. Even includes a gas pedal. Next up, add some massive side prints, and the lower section of the front bumper is built upside down, but also kind of sideways. The rest of the stage is finishing up the front bumper and headlight area with more prints before finishing up the printed drips and steering wheel. It is looking so great. The final part of our truck will be the roof area, which is made of bars and clips, as well as some supports in the rear. The sides of the bed are built up too. And finally, we add even more parts to this strange metallic exhaust structure. If anyone knows what that is supposed to be, please let me know in the comments, because I have no flipping clue. Like, that's strange. Very odd. Finally, add on the pink wheels. Dope. To finish off the set. But that's not all, folks. There's one last bag, which will be used to build a little bike. It's a fun little addition. And finally, we are done. Although unspecified, I saw some people saying this looks kind of like an older, like late 70s Honda Acti, and I kind of get that. I kind of could see that with the round headlights. The build for this one started fairly boring until you get up to about the fenders, then things started getting more interesting in the cab and whatnot. I love the build for the front bumper and interior areas. And, the bike's kind of a nice little throw-in, but it doesn't really fit well in the display case, so it does kind of end up feeling a little bit out of place. Not totally sure why they added that in. Also, this little side build seems to be maybe like a stand for the bike, but there's no explanation on how it works, and I couldn't really figure it out naturally. So I'm not really sure. And it just seems a bit odd. Also worth mentioning too, this one, like the others, definitely a display piece. The bottom half could probably survive a nuclear bomb, but the cab, using all the bars and clips, very fragile. There is also a noticeable issue in print opacity. When the pink is printed on the black pieces, you can see where the pink bricks move to the black down the side. And they could have alleviated that by printing black on pink bricks. As you can see in the front, where the drips are black printed on pink, looks much better than pink printed on black. That's a lot of words, kind of confusing, but you get my point, hopefully. Overall, I definitely feel like this is the weakest entry in the 1087X lineup, and it's probably going to be a bit of a shelf warmer, But overall, I still really like it. I don't want to give the wrong impression. I think it's cool. And if you're into this sort of thing, you will definitely love it. But I know Kei Trucks are a little bit more niche and it's unbranded, making it even more so. But still cool. I still like it. And the pink wheels are friggin' sick. I think you'll agree. So going into it, when I first saw these 1087X sets pop up on social media and websites and whatnot, I sort of knew I would love them. I saw them and I was like, I gotta get that. And yeah, I still definitely do. Cool cars, great prints, awesome liveries. Love the crazy colors. And the builds by Moonrock Mock seem to never disappoint. And shout out to this pink pig fella, my brother from another mother. No, not actually. Don't know who they are, never seen them before, but I think they did a great job designing the Kei Truck. Like I said, the roof is a little bit fragile, but overall, very recognizable, very cool, very unique. And what can I say about these sets? They're all very good, very, very good. I think looks-wise, the Supra is still my favorite. Build-wise, gotta be this little GT86 though. Fantastic. And they all come with awesome display cases. That idea that PowerBuild has been using and still continues to use of the C cans made to match the car is just, it's such a winning combo and it's so cool. It's fun to collect a few of them and sort of stack them up on your shelf. Absolutely love that PowerBuild does that. That said, of course, there are a couple of downsides to these sets. Like I mentioned, they are a bit more fragile, definitely more for display. And as a couple people have noted, they're a bit on the expensive side, but you know what? I will defend it to the death. These are definitely premium sets. They deserve every ounce of premium branding that they claim to have. Everything is printed. There are no stickers. Actually, that's not true. There's stickers for the little display placards that you put in the cases, but that's it. There's one sticker per set and completely optional. But tons of prints printed very well. The builds are done very well. The display cases add that extra bit. And if you can get it with the box is very, very premium as well. Ooh, one thing I forgot to mention, these sets were sent over to me from Barweer with the box, which is super awesome. And these boxes are epic. Like, look at them. They're so cool. But I didn't notice on their website whether Barweer, it was unspecified as to whether they would include the box with purchases or not. So Barweer, if you're watching this, at least give people the option to include the boxes with their purchase, because these boxes are amazing and people are definitely going to want these. Everything about these sets is quite premium in my opinion, so I feel that if the higher price tag is there, it is warranted. If these were made by Lego, people would be flipping over backwards to get them, and I don't see why PowerBuild shouldn't get the same level of love for these. They're absolutely incredible. So with that said, maybe if you wouldn't mind, let me know what's your favorite down below, and what do you think of these in general? Are they your thing, or are they a little bit over the top? I would love to hear about it, but I am absolutely thrilled that these exist. I would love to see some more brands. Maybe they could do a line with like the Falcon liveries with the blue and the turquoise. Those would be really popular, I bet. But anyways, thanks for watching. That's going to do it for this video. I hope to see you again in the next one. Thank you very much. Have an excellent day. You're amazing. See you later. Goodbye.